A week of no smoking after 10 years. I'm used to not, I'm used to my dopamine deceptors, inceptor, whatever they call being highly stimulated. So I'm bored, but I feel better. It's like regular stuff makes me happy again. It's like I don't need to be extremely high or extremely pleased. But yeah, it's life is actually better when you don't smoke. You don't really realize how bad your life has gotten when you smoke for that long. Like, you don't realize how little you're doing because, like, little stuff makes you happy. Even though little stuff makes you happy when you're sober, it's like even smaller things make you happy when you're high. Because it's really the weed or it's really the high that is like carrying you. So, yeah. If you've been smoking for a very long time, you should probably like take a break or something. And honestly, like, I don't know if it's just me, but being high all the time just made me agree to a lot of stuff that I really wouldn't have agreed to if I was sober. And like, you kind of know that when you're high, but it's like, it feels like it matters when you're sober. So, like, you don't get taken advantage of as much. And you kind of like can think a lot clearer. So, or, okay, obviously not because I'm fucking still fuzzy when it comes to like keeping my train of thought. So, anyways, it's 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 definitely better, or I feel like I have better relationships with people now, you know? Like, people respond to you better. Shit. It feels like people don't treat you like you're less than as often, to be honest. And like, I guess you can get away with it if you're always on your shit and you got money and whatnot. But still, like, to a degree, people will treat you like you're less than, even when you're on your shit and you have money. It's just less than if you weren't on your shit and you had money, and you're probably not on your shit when you're smoking weed all the time, because you can't really think clearly through a lot of situations you're supposed to think clearly through. And I don't know if you noticed, but it definitely looks like I smoke still. I feel like I look high when I'm not high. My lips then got darker. So shit, even when you're not smoking and you're not high and shit, people will treat you like you are. It's like what happens when you're high 24/7 for 10 years. Shit. It's definitely caused me to make horrible decisions. Like I'm a felon now. Never thought I'd be a felon. I actually was smart and I feel like chosen to do good in life back then. But that was like 10 years ago. And to be honest, I don't even know where these 10 years went. Like, I feel like I did nothing but smoke and get in trouble and go to jail, like prison, for the last 10 years. Shit, I used to have a girlfriend, and I haven't had a girlfriend in like 5 years, and I was okay with it. Like, I was like, shit, as long as it's me and my weed, we're good. But then you realize, like, when you stop smoking weed, how little you have, and you think you're grateful because only a little, like, little things go a long way for you when you're just happy about anything. But in reality, it's like you're not. You just go into like depression in the long run. Yeah, the the little things aren't like. I mean, I don't know. Like, yeah, the little things don't make me as happy. But generally, I feel like I'm not just depressed for no reason. So yeah. And I feel like it has to do with my relationships with people. You know? And if you wonder why I'm laying like this, man, you know, I'm just lazy. And I accepted that and kind of supported that with weed, which is kind of trash. And it like shows a lot more once you're not high. And plus, there's a lot of like downsides to smoking weed as for like it getting laced. Like, I'm pretty sure I smoked crack once or coke in my weed at least more than 5 times already. And you don't realize necessarily the effects. I mean, I guess you do feel the difference and you can tell, but not all the time. Especially when you think like the next batch from somebody else doesn't have that. And then like the relationship you have with, not that this is a great relationship with your drug dealer, is like horrible because then they just think you're a fiend. And you don't want to be known as a fiend to anyone, like, in life. You don't want to be okay with anything happening, like someone horseplaying and chipping your tooth. You don't want to be okay with not having a job. Or not having good relationships with your family anymore. Because with weed, I promise you, you will not give a fuck. Like, and maybe motherfuckers will argue that weed doesn't do that to them, or just getting high in general doesn't do that to them. But it does. Like, should I know people that don't smoke weed and they smoke other things, which I wouldn't have met if I didn't smoke with them. And their relationship with other people aren't the greatest either, because people will judge you and move like around you because of the habit you have, and they will treat you worse. I know, because like I judge my friends for smoking, and we treat each other worse because of our habits, even though we all have the same habit. It's like, it's dumb. It's like it's a rabbit hole in a spiral you don't want to go down. And it's not that I'm like tripping too much, because I'm still young, but I would much rather not have a felony. And you would think like you can blame that on not, I can blame that on not being high and smoking weed and shit like that. But I feel like it was definitely like a huge contributing factor for why I decided to make the impulsive decision to not give a fuck and throw away my life. And it's crazy that like it takes you not being high for a week to realize how fucked up you were or are, to have put yourself in the position to even say this or be dealing with this type of shit, or be content with, or even partially content with being in this situation. And a lot of people don't have that much struggles or with just weed or getting high. Like, shit, I know people that do meth or ice, whatever the fuck. Right? Should I just and like live what seems like comfortable lives, but like you have way more potential to do way more if you don't do it. You could be in a bigger home, have a better relationship with your kids, family, right? Friends. Be more organized, have more energy. And it's like, but that little, like the little damage that you think it's doing has like extremely harsh, long effects on you. Like, even if you think it's just like a blunt, like it does irreparable, whatever you call it, like fucking, it does like damage, a lot of damage in the long run. And it's like, you think it won't do too much damage, but once you get older, it's like it like all fizzles out, you know? So anyway, shit, this is a long video for like to say no to drugs, to tell people to say no to drugs, honestly. But you should not like smoke weed or get high and do drugs. Shit. Honestly, my advice is to be straight edge, because even alcohol will do something to you, but it's not in the long run, I guess, mentally. Well, it depends, because you could kill yourself in a car crash drinking alcohol too. So shit, honestly, shit, it's impairing. What do you call it? It's impairing, I think you call it. It's fucking your head up for a short amount of time. You shouldn't do that shit. That's why they say it in the Bible. Don't do that shit. Like, because shit, you're gonna get taken advantage of. You're gonna make a mistake eventually. People are gonna judge you differently. You'll start to look different. And you'll start being content with bullshit that you wouldn't be content with. And shit, you might change as a person. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I would say don't do drugs. And shit, I mean, shit, I can keep going. I fucking people that you don't think is affected by it will be affected by it, like my nephews and nieces. Like, they'll think it's okay to smoke even though they know it's bad. It's like, it's just, you're a bad influence on everybody around you, and they become even an even worse influence on you, on yourself. So it's basically like you're doing it to yourself. It's like creating an environment of bullshit surrounded by your own bullshit. And it's pretty hard to like some people never change their mind on their image of you. So like you could be stuck with being labeled as a tweaker for the rest of your life. Seriously. Even though like they may see the good in you and the good that you do and the other things in you as a whole, but the one thing that is going to stick with them is that you're this type of person and you can never come back from that. Like, because it'd be stupid to think that you would never be that type of person if you shown them that you were. Shit. You might make extremely irrational decisions like putting yourself on medication that you don't need because you want to trick everybody into thinking that you have this problem that you didn't really have, that's exaggerated by your drug addiction. And then you'll start telling yourself that you don't have a drug addiction and everything's fine. You're moving at the same speed that you were moving before. You're still as smart as you were. And this doesn't affect you. That's all bullshit. For sure, dude. Anyways, I'm dragging this. Yeah, I would suggest not to do drugs. So yeah.